Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. Watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our fall 2018 Rev'it mid-layer review at RevZilla.com. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 new mid-layers from Rev'it being released for the fall of 2018. Every few years, we see Rev'it up their game, and if you're looking mid-layers, these are designed in Holland. They typically are technical, premium, and for 18, they've made a few changes which really up the game of the entire collection. Now, looking mid-layer, you're thinking over your base layer. Some are standalone, some you're going to want to wear under your shell, but they really add to the flexibility and modularity of your ride. Add them when you need them, take them off, crunch them, stow them when you don't. Now, the Rev'it mid-layers on their own for this year have stayed similar within the size range. Everything I'm going to show you today is a size large. That's because Juice, to my left, is 5'9", 190 with a 42-inch chest. He's also about a 32 in a pair of Wranglers. So large tops, and you're going to see one pant, that's a large as well. Alpha size is no surprises within the size chart. The other thing that Rev'it has changed as they've moved into this new base layer configuration, they brought the top end down. Meaning you're still going to see the mil-spec Polartec Alpha in their more premium offering, but it's no longer $300. They figured out a way to get it closer to the $250 or $230 mark. So again, top end's coming down. The last thing they've changed is, and it starts with this core to my left, is you're seeing mid-layers for the first time come in under the $100 mark. So they're bringing down the attainability factor for more riders that want premium base layers that look great and fit well, that can function on and off the bike, and again, be more attainable based on being less of an investment. Now, first up to my left, I have Juice wearing the new Rev'it Core. This is the baby in the bunch coming in at the $80 mark. It's a polyfill synthetic ripstop. Very simple design, comes in a ladies version. This is the black version. Again, lightweight, just adding thermal fill. Turn and face the side for me there, Juice. Very seamless. Turn and face backwards. You'll notice there were hand warmer pockets on the front. Come back around to the front for me. It's simple. It's lightweight quilting. It is a basic polyfill adding warmth. This is the Core at $80. From the Core, now we move into the Halo, which is a medium step up from that Core. You're coming in around the $160 mark. Now, if we look at the Halo, it comes in this mil-spec green, which is pretty hot. It also comes in an anthracite, and the key call out here is this is now branded Polartec Thermal Pro, which is a derivative synthetic mil-spec thermal. Now, you're not adding wind block, you're not adding any waterproofing, but what you are adding is quick drying warmth and a little bit of stretch. It's lightweight, it's going to be low profile. Again, in my opinion, very cool looking off the bike with your shell off. 3 pockets, you can see they have this chest pocket inclusive of the hand warmers. Give me a quick spin there, Juice, to my right or to my left, the same direction you always go. You can see it down the side, go backwards for me. Little pop of reflectivity across the back and a little bit of a drop seat here in the back. Come back around to the front for me. But again, this is the Halo, 2 colors, Polartec Thermal Pro. Step up into the mid-hundreds here as we get a little bit more stylish while adding quick drying warmth. Now from the Halo, we step into the Storm, which as you can see, comes in a jacket and a pant option. Now we get more technical again when we move into the Storm WP, because now you're adding a thermal and you're adding a wind barrier to it. So what you have here is a super premium thermal in the top by way of X-Skin Air, which we haven't seen in a while from Rev'it, but they're happy that they're bringing it back. Super thin, super lightweight, hollow fill synthetic fiber, but super warm. And you're going to see that in the upper chest and all down the back for the thermal properties. Now, when it comes to the jacket and the pants from a wind barrier standpoint, you're looking at Hydrotec's wind barrier. And that's going to be sleeves, lower torso, and down the front of the pant. And that's going to give you that wind blocking layer. So you're adding a higher degree of technical warmth, and you're giving yourself in areas that are typically exposed much more wind blocking coverage as you move into the Storm. Bigger investment, $200 for the jacket, $100 for the pant. You still have elastic at your cuffs and at your waist. Turn and face that way for me. 1 color available. It's going to be this black gray, which actually looks really cool. Turn backwards for me there, Juice. You can see the back fully covered in your thermal X-Skin Air, which is very light, but you can see the quilting. Come back around to the front. Great finishing details. Little bit of reflective. Looks great off the bike with your shell off as well. This is the Storm WB jacket and pant. For our next mid-layer, you have to think through the lens of when you're done being a fake adventurer and you want to be a motorcycle person and it's getting cold, you ditch your Patagonia and you buy the Solar 2 from Rev'it. I rocked the original Solar for years as my primary everyday winter mid-layer thermal coat. The Solar 2 improves upon the styling and stays within the same theme. You're also still staying at the $200 mark. You're looking at premium Primaloft Gold in thermal insulation throughout the entire jacket, inclusive of the sleeves. You're also looking at PowerShell Ripstop, which beefs up the abrasion resistance and the ability for this to stop rips if you get a puncture. Now, the colors are outlandish this year. I dig them. You're looking at a bronze to my left on Juice. He's got all that bronze going, and there's going to be a mil-spec green and black, which is very cool compared to the navy and red versions we've seen in the past. 3 exterior pockets, 2 internal stash pockets. Remember, fully thermal throughout, and Primaloft Gold is really the same type of synthetic hollow fill thermal insulation they're using in high-end mummy bags. So steal from the world of adventuring, apply to Moto, and stay within your Moto brands. This is the Solar 2 from Rev'it. And last up in our Fall 18 Rev'it mid-layer collection is the Climate 2, the most technical of the collection. Now, the original Climate, which we saw come out a few years ago that's being replaced, was around $330, or just over the $300 mark. That's very expensive, regardless of what it is for a mid-layer. So what Rev'it's done is they've kept the baseline of functionality, which is using Polartec Alpha, which is a Navy SEAL mil-spec designed thermal that retains its warmth even when wet, and it packs super light. They're just using a little bit less of it, and they've managed to get the price on the Climate down to the low 200s, coming in around $230. Like I said, it's water repellent, but even if it gets wet, it retains its heat. It's going to have a wind repellency, stretch under the arms, very lightweight, and everything that's green is going to be that thermal. You're also seeing that PowerShell Ripstop, which is very, very micro, but again, keeping this stronger, holding up longer, especially if you're putting it under a beefy and bomb-proof shell. Now they have the green, potentially a few other colors available. This is the Climate 2, which is the top end this year, but saving you some coin while still providing the same degree or a very similar degree of protection and warmth. Also remember that we didn't talk sizing with every jacket and the pant, and that's because we use Juice consistently. 5'9", 190 pounds, 42-inch chest. He's wearing an alpha size large, and that matches up perfectly with the size charts. These run a bit sporty. I'm not going to call them Euro. They fit appropriately based on the sizing, but you can always ping us if you need help on that. No concerns there. Remember, the next step in your journey is to visit the product detail page for any of the mid-layers I've showed you today. Read other rider reviews. You shouldn't just take our word for it. As always, we'll ship for over $39. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Don't forget to subscribe to us at RevZilla's YouTube. Stay updated with our opinion of the latest and greatest in the Moto universe. And thanks for watching our Fall 2018 Rev'it mid-layer review. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.